in case you wanted to see me twerk into the camera, I got you.
I'll keep that in, by the way.
Hey, freaks!
Welcome back. Today we have our podcast episode since we failed you guys on Monday and instead posted a YouTube video.
We got
so
too
sorry.
excited.
So sorry we got too excited. Couldn't hold it in anymore. But
We had an accident.
we had an oopsie.
Oopsie!
Well, today we have our podcast episode for you where we'll be talking about wasted Friday nights. Now, this is a little play on words because we're not actually getting wasted, or if we are, it ended up being a horrible night. So, wasted as in...
It was wasted, a waste of
wasted,
time, a waste of
yes.
money, a waste of an outfit.
A waste of alcohol, a waste of...
Time, energy, effort.
everything, honestly. So we have quite a few of these.
Which is sad for only
You
being
might be
here for-
surprised, yeah, because we've only been here for a few months. But no, we have quite a few, actually. So let's talk about them. We're not going to do a weekend recap just because
It's
weekend
not the
was
weekend
so
anymore.
it was so long ago. And honestly, I don't even remember where everyone placed.
So, at the beginning of the year, before we had ever been to a frat, before we had made enough friends to go to house parties, apartments, whatever, what do?
You go to dorm functions and you just find random guys on your Snap telling you to come over. That's literally all it is. It's just randos on your Snap being like, come over. Or you just like, that was also the night. Wait, the night we met them was the same night as
Oh my
that,
gosh,
right?
let's tie it all in. Yeah,
Let's tie it all in. So actually, we have an entire wasted Friday night. This was probably one of the worst nights.
the functions only kept getting worse.
Yeah, they only got worse, and which is crazy because this is what we started at. One of my friends named Sam was like, hey, we have a function. I'm going to try and get you into this function. It's a house party. It's going to be awesome. It's a PJ party. Dress the theme. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. He was like, okay, you guys just have to go with me and then I can get you in.
We had to, like, get me in, and then it was, like, really pushing. We got Ilya in, but he was like, I can't get more than 3 in. And we were like, okay, so this is, like...
This is a big
this is
deal.
like a party. And
this
like
is a party.
we had to talk to the girl whose house it was on the phone because she was like, I'm not gonna let random people like F up my house and all this different stuff. And we were like, okay, like this is a big
yes,
deal.
queen.
So we put on our cute little sets.
Like actual like lingerie like kind of PJ sets. So it was like we were dressing like sexy PJ, okay? And then when we get to the function, we get inside and there's literally maybe like 10 people.
10 guys in jeans and sweatshirts.
Jeans and sweatshirts. No one was in PJs except us. So we showed up looking like actually like
such freaks.
like freaky little whores, honestly, because why?
And we were walking around the street too for a while.
Yes, we had to.
Because they were like trying to figure something out, and so we were just following these 2 guys around, and we're like, okay, so we just keep walking back and forth, and then
it was
we're
like a
just walking around the
10-minute
streets
walk.
like that. It's so embarrassing because we're on campus in pajamas. It was just bad.
Full face of makeup and PJs.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Actually,
Like that was bad.
It was bad. So then we sit at the function for a while. Do you want to talk about the guy you met?
I met a really nice friend. Sat right next to me the whole time.
It felt like it was raining.
And yeah, it was like I was like getting a sprinkle of air, a sprinkle of like that fresh, crisp spring rain, you know? Every time he spoke to me. Yeah, I was like, I wish I had like windshield wipers for my face.
Yeah, so now every time it's raining, we get reminded of him.
Yeah.
It's kind
we
of
say,
beautiful.
oh my gosh, he's here.
Oh my gosh, he's
I
here.
won't drop names, but we say, oh my gosh, it's spitting.
It's spitting.
So-and-so.
Yeah.
Every time it rains, every time we feel a sprinkle. So you're remembered fondly, or you're remembered, but yeah, that was...
period. Remembered period. Anyway, after that, we tried to find... We came back to our hall. And then we got changed into normal clothes because we couldn't do it anymore, you know? Like, it was too much. But it was still early in the night, okay?
You can come in.
Sorry, I didn't want to.
How long were you out there?
I wasn't. I just literally just.
Okay.
Walked by.
I just saw her, I
No,
promise.
yeah.
Okay, keep that in. Please.
Anyway, so we tried to go to another function, okay? But then on the way there, like, we see people walking back. So we're like, oh, shoot. Like, there's no way this is, like, still a thing. This is not still happening. So then we, like, that was, like, 15 minutes we were walking.
It was far.
It was probably longer than that. I swear we were walking, like,
past
all
the
through
stadium.
Yeah. So we walked, like, 20 minutes probably, and
Both
then
ways.
walked back 20 minutes to our hall again, where we were defeated. We didn't know what to do, so we just sat on the couches and watched TV in the lobby.
Because someone was watching New Girl, and I said, "Oh, this is my stuff."
So we asked if we could join, and then we sat on the couch and watched TV. That was our Friday night until new character
frat boy walks and sits down right next to us and starts talking, and he's talking and whatever, and we're just chatting about New Girl and all sorts of whatever stuff, and then he's like, "Are you guys sober on a Friday night?" He said, "Yeah." He said,
I can fix that. He takes us by the hands. That's not true.
It's a little freaky.
He leads us into the abyss, which is
It truly, yeah, that's
into
a
the
good
abyss, yeah.
Which is a dorm room with the big overhead lights on,
A cum bucket, like a literal, like, trash can filled with, like, tissues filled with cum.
Okay, like, that's so much to put on the internet. That is so much. That's so vile.
What do you want me to describe it as?
They have a pong table in the middle covered in, like, dried sticky alcohol. It's, like, wet. It's, like...
But he took us to the right spot.
So,
like, for
yeah.
what he was offering, like,
Yeah.
he took us to the right place.
Yeah, and truly, like, I'm still grateful for that.
Uh-huh. We played Pong for a little bit. Ilya was loving it, though. Like, she was having the time of her life. And that was when you decided you were not really having such a great time.
Yeah, I think my problem is we went to that same room probably 3 too many times.
Like, after
and every
that,
time,
after
yeah.
that night.
So we're not going to go into depth about the rest of the times, but it would be like a Friday night and we'd all get dressed up and then we'd be like, I don't know where to go because the frats weren't throwing yet, and like we didn't really know about that many house parties, and when we did go they always got shut down, so we'd end up back here. And every single time we ended up in that same room, and seriously, like, the vibes were just not it for me. The music was not my type of music.
Oh my gosh, one time
And
one of the guys on like, that was playing music literally played the same song over and over and over again, and I think probably like 15 times he played Bane, the song Bane, and it would
Can you
not
sing
stop
it?
playing. I just watched the rain fall down the window pane, and I just broke the bank, so baby I'll make it rain, or something like that. And I
Thank
kick
you.
it with the savages because they gonna bring the pain, and I'ma take this bitch and break her back until I bane. Something
Thank you.
like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Dorm room functions are not my vibe. I can't dance, and I'm gonna be honest with you, all I ever want to do on a night out is dance. Can you agree?
Yes, that's all I ever see you doing.
Sorry, like, I'm not talking to people, I'm not making new friends, I'm not exploring,
She's twerking.
I just want to dance, guys. Like, I just want to hop up and down and sing the lyrics that I'm pretending I know. Is that so much to ask for?
Mm-mm.
But meanwhile, I'm in this room when they have this scary looking stained Playboy magazine that they're showing me, and I'm just like, at some point I just I was just kind of done. I was ready for a new function. Now they're actually really nice, and like we're friends with them.
But we
and they're
don't
actually
hang
really
out
nice
with them
people.
anymore, so this is probably why.
Yeah.
We enjoy it more when we see them.
Yeah, that's true, because it's not connected to that room anymore.
Yeah,
and I think
the
that
room is
just, like,
honestly the horror.
yeah,
scene.
it's just traumatic.
It is. It brings up a lot of bad memories.
A lot of like hurt for me. Like pictures from that room is always everyone like, and me just.
Yeah, she does. And literally, someone in that room one time said to you, like, Allison, you're never smiling.
And I'm a smiley wiley. I love to smile. But
So
yeah.
that was crazy to hear that.
He was like, "Oh, this is the first time I've ever seen you smile." I wasn't in the room when I was smiling.
That is
was
true.
someone
We were in
else's
someone
room.
else's room, so.
Anyway,
Bad
dorm
times.
room functions are not our vibe.
Not our vibe. What else isn't your vibe is when I ruined the entire night by throwing up all over the place. It's happened 2 times where we like go out, we go to a function, we're having fun, and then all of a sudden something hits me. It's like a truck. And then I have to go back. I can't function anymore. And then I throw up all over the room.
The most recent one was probably the most traumatic, though.
Yeah, just this last weekend. You can tell the story.
You want me to tell it?
Go ahead.
Okay.
You can tell them how you heard it. How, like, what from
what
your
my take?
perspective.
Okay. So we come back, we were at a frat with our friends, and then one of the girls was like, okay, we have to go meet up with this guy because we're going to go to this, like, concert thing, whatever. I don't know what it was. I actually was just following her. Me and Nerissa were both like, I don't really want to pay the money. She's like, no, seriously, you guys have to come. I'll literally pay to get you guys in. You love DJs. So you would have loved to go, but it's okay. You didn't make it.
I didn't make it.
You didn't make it. So we come back to here. It's me and Nerissa, the girl and one guy and her friend. So there's like that whole group of us. We're hanging out in my room and here, just chilling, talking, whatever. Nerissa's like, guys, I don't feel very good. And I was like, okay. And she's like, I don't want to go out. Me and Callie, because we were with Callie too. Callie wanted to come as well. Me and Callie were like, okay, we'll tuck you in. Because Callie was ready for the next function.
Mm-hmm. She was
I was
ready.
loving that.
She was texting the
I was
group
loving
chat,
that
where
energy.
next? Where next?
Batissa, like, where are we going?
Madison was calling me Batissa and Aladon.
Batissa and Aladon, where did you go? We changed Nerissa into her pajamas, get her all cozy, tuck her into bed. I'm like, okay. And I was like, Nerissa, do you want me to stay? Are you going to be okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm going to be so fine. Like, go, have fun. Because she knows I've done this before, where I've come home with her. So she was like, no. Go, have a good night. Go party hard. And I was like, okay. So I crack her door and I leave it closed. And I come back and then another girl in here, like one of the girls is like, can you please take my friend to the bathroom? She might throw up. And I was like, of course. Let me go walk her to the bathroom. So I'm taking care of her in the bathroom, walking back. The door to Nerissa's room is open and the big lights are on. And I said, what? And I look in and her covers are on the floor. Madison's covers are on the floor because I tucked her into Madison's bed because I didn't want her crawling up a bunk bed. And the covers are on the floor, the big lights are on, and I'm like, oh no. And then I turn the corner to walk to my room, and there's Nerissa standing with like the most mom I just threw up face, looking at me. Her chest, her poor hair, like, she literally goes, come look what I did. And she walks back into her room, uncovers the comforter, opens it up, and I see just, like, little pools of black slime and eggs and pineapple, and it's everywhere. And she's like, I don't know what to do, because she doesn't know what to do. There's nothing she can do at that point. So I'm like, okay, we're going to go get you in the shower. I get her in there, check her, like, make sure she's good. And then I go to tell our friend, hey, just go without me. Seriously, like, go have a good night, have fun, whatever. Callie's like, I'm just going to stay and call my boyfriend. Callie was fine. So then they all left. I go to check on Nerissa in the shower, and I'm like, hey, are you okay? And she's like, I tried to brush my teeth so much. And I was like, did you wash your body? Not yet. Okay, just wash your chest and your arms. Leave the rest for tomorrow. So then we walk her out the hall. There's some girl that's in there. Poor girl that lives in our hall. She just gives me like the most look. And I was like, anyway.
Just doing your duties.
So, yeah. What had happened, I think, is Nerissa really had to puke, and she reached for the bucket I had next to her bed, and then, she rolled off, got tangled in the comforter, and then the rest just was history. So I tuck her into my bed now because I have to clean the other one. So I tuck her into my bed. Safe and sound. I'm in the other room scraping up like pools with paper towels and throwing it in the trash and using my cleaner on the floor because it got on the floor too, washing out the bucket, etc. And then I hear coughing and I go, oh no. I run into my room. Nerissa's on the floor again. Nerissa, what are you doing? I fell out of the bed again. She fell out of the bed. This time she did not get any puke on my comforter. She's just in the bucket on the floor, like on all fours. And then she's like, don't worry, like I didn't spill. And then knocks over the trash can and I go, oh, but you did. But it's okay. It wasn't a lot in my room. So I spent the rest of the night cleaning Madison's comforter. I ran it through the wash 2 times, put it in the dryer, waited for them to get home so I could make sure everyone else was okay, get her tucked into the bed. And then I was going to sleep on the couch in our room. It's like a little Target couch. And Greer's like, you absolutely cannot do that. You have to sleep in a bed. And I was like, okay. So I curl up like a dog on the end of my bed. I'm seriously like the end of my bed in like a little ball by Nerissa's feet as if I'm her pet dog until the morning when she wakes up and she sees me and she goes and then we wake up and Madison pukes 18 times.
Yeah, that's true. It was a rough weekend. Honestly, it would have been a good one for the behavior chart, but that's happened not just that one time, but also a couple other times where I've thrown up all over the place. So this is a reoccurring thing, a very much wasted Friday night.
But the thing is, I just don't really care because I had my fix of dancing and it would have been fun to go to the coast, but honestly, like I'll go out again. I just don't care that much.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mind cleaning up throw up. Like the rest of the girls actually hate puke and they're like, how can you do that? But I
don't really mind it either. It's just I'm always the one throwing up.
Yeah, so it doesn't really help, but
no.
It's okay.
But, yeah, so that's another series of where our night's just been wasted.
Mm-hmm.
So there's been a few times where we've been invited by, like, mutual friends to go to apartment parties, which are just, like, at the apartments nearby. Like, you just go walk over there with all your friends, and it's, like, it's supposed to be, like, a great time. We had a friend that was a DJ that we would always go to their apartment, and it was always, like, such a good time. So like, we're always down for an apartment function because we're like, it's going to be fun. No, it's not always.
Mm-mm.
There's been quite a few times, well, probably like twice, where we've gone to apartment functions and then we walk in and it's just kind of like a friend group hanging out. And
that we don't know.
Yeah, that we don't know who these people are. And then we kind of just walk in and they kind of look at us like, oh, like, who are all these? Because we're kind of popular. Like, we bring in, like, like 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's always a little awkward and unfortunate. And we immediately end up having to leave because it's just, like, there's not even music. It's honestly kind of looks like we just walked in on, like, a family game night.
Yeah.
And then it's just, like, now we're here.
Well, and last time we went, someone farted on us, so that's why we left. Like, it just smelled so bad.
Oh, yeah. It was really bad.
It was so sticky.
Like, seriously, that was the reason I left. Like, I smelled that and I had to go.
I know, and that's what I told them, too. They were like, wait, why'd you leave so fast? Someone farted on us.
Someone
Seriously.
farted on us.
One of your friends smells.
Like, tell them not to do that if they're going to be in, like, small spaces, confined spaces.
Literally.
Fucked up.
One time we got a noise complaint, and they told us later that if they get one more, they're going to get fined a couple $1,000s. But that wasn't bad. That was actually a really fun time.
Was fun.
We enjoyed that.
I don't know why it was so fun, though, because there really wasn't that many people at that one either.
But I think that's part of what made it fun.
I literally helped a guy untie his shoelace for probably 20 minutes.
We used a fork.
We used a fork to untie his shoelace because it was in a knot. Because I was like, why aren't you dancing? And he was like, my shoe. I said, okay, I got you, King. And we fixed it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bob the Builder.
Exactly like Bob the Builder.
That's actually what they call me on the DL.
Really?
Everyone.
Everyone here?
Everyone. Everywhere.
Wow. That's incredible.
Thank
Batissa, you. Bob the Builder.
I like
Who are you not?
Well, we also touched on this one in like a couple podcasts ago, where Allison and I decided to stay in for the night and everyone else went out, but we regretfully stayed in because we went to the worst movie we've ever seen in our lives. Like, I actually am getting like flashbacks, like just talking about it.
People love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. the only things we've heard about that movie have been like great things. People being like, I loved the cinematography. We did too, until it got out of hand, you know?
Freaky.
Until it got like really weird. And then they were like, oh, I thought it was so funny, the ending. No, it was weird as balls.
It was just
like,
so weird.
It was just so weird, and it had nothing to do with anything. Like, what's even going on anymore? It's just like, you can't do this. You can't ruin a film like this.
Not when I was using my Friday night, you know?
Yeah, right? Like, it would be okay if it was, like, a Monday night. Like, I'd let that slide.
Yeah.
But, like, this was my Friday night. Like, I could have gone out. And instead I chose a
Weird.
face melting.
Yeah. No, But go see it.
The Substance.
Yeah.
This is basically an ad for it. So if you want to sponsor us, whoever wrote that movie.
The movie itself can sponsor us.
The movie can sponsor us, The Substance.
Send us some PR, but just... Oh!
Yeah.
What if we got PR shots? Of
Yeah,
the
send us
Substance?
The Substance. Please.
I want to see what my best self is. No, that would make me feel so bad about my,
Oh my
my
gosh,
current
right?
self. I'd be like,
But usually it was like more advertised for like older people so they could become like a young, hot version. We're already in our prime.
so true. Future me is getting this when she takes the Substance.
Exactly.
All right.
All
Guess I'll probably never be taking that because honestly, like...
So another wasted Friday night was this event that we were going to called Slacker. Beforehand, I drank a little too much. And it was not the best drink in the world. Probably one of the worst drinks in the world.
She's notorious for...
Like, I actually can't see it or smell it anymore, otherwise it makes me actually gag. So,
It's Pink Whitney, guys.
Pink Whitney.
Please be careful.
be careful, guys. Like, seriously. What even is the percentage on that shit? Because, seriously, it got me effed up.
That was when we learned that you can't take shots without
Yes,
yakking.
that was.
was when you yacked on my floor the first time.
Yeah, that was my first time yakking.
Aww.
Aw. The first yak of the group.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
So long ago.
we were drinking. Yes, I yacked on the floor. But no, don't worry. That didn't ruin our night that time. That was just a quick one. And then we were off to Slacker, which we paid literally... How much were those tickets? Like,
I think it was $30 or $40.
it was like $40 to get into this shit. I don't even know what it was. It was like music, like club music. And then I got to the door and you can recite what I said.
Narissa walks up to the door. I had already gone through. I'm waiting for her on the other side, of course. And the woman at the door says, "Have you had anything to drink tonight?" Because Narissa walks up looking like she's clearly had something to drink tonight because she doesn't know how to lock in. And Narissa goes, "Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm far from the mic." And Narissa's like, a little bit. And so then she's like, "And how old are you?" This is Narissa. Right at me. She doesn't know what to say. She looks at me and I go, "Oh my gosh, why are you looking at me?" And so then she looks back at the girl. She goes, 18? And then the woman's like, "Okay, I need you to go outside and sober up before you come back in."
And then I tried again, like 5 minutes later. I went back up there and she said, like, seriously, like, you already tried this. Like, you need to go. Like, you need to go back out.
And then security told me that if Narissa tried again, they would call the cops. So I left.
I was actually, before that, I was crying outside. And then I ran into our friends, the people across the hall. And they were like, oh my God, are you okay? And then I was like, oh, they won't let me in. And then they were like, try again. And Allison was telling me to try again. So that's why I tried again. And then, yes, kicked out again.
Of course I went with,
Yeah.
accompanied.
But it's no worries, because that was the night we met some of our best friends
Closest
now.
friends, actually.
So,
yeah.
honestly, everything happens for a reason, you know? Like, because now we're, like, best friends with these guys, and if that didn't happen that night, we may have never, like, gone over there and talked to them.
No.
And then we ended up going to get pizza with them. It was awesome. It was a great time.
Now we get Pazookies with them
Every Tuesday.
One other fun night, I don't actually remember when this happened. I just remember we couldn't find a function. There was nothing to do. So we just walked around campus for a while because For some reason, I always just have this urge to, like, talk to random people, and I think it's really funny to talk to people that are walking around campus super drunk. I think it's actually hilarious. So we were just walking around campus, and then I found the perfect tree, and I was like, we must climb this. So all of us climbed up the tree, and then we saw these guys that we are friends with now, but weren't really friends with at the time very well. And so we started yelling at them from the tree, and they couldn't tell it was us, and we had to tell them, like, a few weeks later that it was us. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. I feel like we've had some successful nights. Some nights I just feel like I come back and truly I could have given, like, I was like, oh, give or take. Like, I didn't need to go. But most nights it's really fun.
Yeah. Also, it is just an expensive lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
It's, all the Ubering we did on Halloween weekend was
Oh my
crazy.
gosh.
But it's always fun. It's just not always worth it. But that's okay.
And Madison's still feeling the effects.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's really not worth it.
You can't even, like, mention the word alcohol around her. Otherwise, she, like, genuinely is like,
So she needs this Thanksgiving break. And then she'll
As
be
do
right
we
back
all.
to it.
Mm-hmm.
She says she
No.
won't, but she will.
I don't know. Seriously, I'm dead ass when I say I'm never drinking again. I don't know why my throw up was black. Like, I still have not figured it out. Like, I didn't eat, I ate one single Oreo, but it was
a
so
lot.
much.
It was a massive amount. So I thought she had, like, black beans for dinner or something.
No, I had pizza.
It's guys, it's a mystery.
I had a cheese pizza. And all I drank was water. It's not like I drank, like, Coke or something.
But even that wouldn't have made it that color. Because it was,
Right?
like,
It was
tar.
black. Like, tar black. I don't know, guys. Hopefully next semester we won't have so many wasted Friday nights. And more, like, wasted Friday nights.
But you said you're never drinking
Oh,
again.
you're right. I'll be DD. Everyone else will be wasted Friday night.
We love you all. Happy Thanksgiving.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.